I have a unique take on today's first reading. It's the story of the martyrdom of Saint Stephen. Stephen is being executed. He's being stoned to death for preaching the gospel. And it says his face was like that of an angel. And right before he died, he asked God to forgive the people who were executing him. What an incredible way to die with such peace in your heart. Why are we talking about death? Well, it's not really death I want to talk about. It's life I want to talk about. Stephen went to his death because he had such peace in his heart, because he was in a state of grace, he was in good graces with God, and he lived his life to the fullest and he had no regrets. That's the message today, is to live life to the fullest. Jesus said in John 10:10, he said, I came that they might have life and have it in abundance. And that's what God wants from us, to have an abundant life. So how do we go about doing that? How do we live in God's graces? Well, we stay close to the sacraments, we stay close to prayer, we read our Bibles, etc. Right? But in addition to that, we try to get the most out of life by looking ahead. Right? There's a great quote. It's an anonymous quote. I'm not sure who said it. It said, life is a game, play it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is an opportunity, capture it. So here's what I'd like you to do. I'm going to ask you to begin the process of goal setting. Goal setting for the next week, the next month, the next year. Even just look ahead through the summer. What are your goals for this summer? Okay. Physically, intellectually, emotional, and spiritually. Right? That's from author Matthew Kelly. Physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. And write down some goals for each one of those categories and some practical steps how you can reach those goals. What book will you read, for example? What physical goal do you have? Maybe a mile time or maybe a bench press or anything like that. Emotional, maybe your relationships, your friendships. And spiritual, how will you grow closer to God? So if you write goals down, the goals become very, very real. So that's my goal for you, is to write down your goals over the course of the next week, month, and right through the summer and in through next year, especially for the underclassmen. What are your goals for next year? Did you hear the joke about the skunk? I'll tell you. I wouldn't tell you because it really stinks. All right, guys, God bless. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay awesome.